Howdy, y'all. I hope you're well. I hope everything's going fine for you during these continuously strange times that we're in. I want to show you a resource that could be very helpful for when you begin to find sources on your research essays. That resource is the library tool. Luckily, before we had to go into quarantine, the EPCC library was pretty digital already. It has a lot of important online resources that you can use that you don't have to go to the library for. I'm on my phone right now, but these functions still show up on your desktop. If you can't find them, just send me an email when you're on your desktop. I had to get on my phone because my dinosaur computer decided to crash on me. So what you're going to do is go into my.epcc.edu. Use your login information that you normally use to log into everything else with EPCC. Then you're going to click Services. And I'm going to wait till this loads. But when you go into Services, there's a long list of information. It's kind of the steps you took to find Grammarly, actually. So if you go to Services, this first section, I think it's the first section. I lost it. Where is it? Library. Okay, I lied. Second section. So you're going to scroll down a little bit, and if you see, I have it highlighted, libraries. If you click that, it's going to take you to the EPCC library page. If you know a faster way, you might know a faster way to get to this, but this is how I get to it. So this is the EPCC library homepage. They have online assistance now, which is really awesome. But what I'm going to show you is, if you scroll, there's different ways to find what we call databases. And databases, they hold academic journals. Academic journals are really credible, good sources to use for research essays. The reason why is because they've been peer-reviewed. And what that means is if something is peer-reviewed, a group of scholars related to the field get together. They review this person's article that they wrote and did research on, and as a collective group they either approve it or deny it. So if it gets approved, it gets published in an official journal. So the libraries hold a lot of those journals, and there's databases that have all the journals in there. So, and I'm going to go into source types more and more as we get into the research, but I just want to show you this tool first because the library is really helpful with that. So if you scroll down, this is a database that I've always used. I used to always use as a student, and I think it's really helpful. It's called EBSCO, and you don't even have to go into the website. The EPCC page has the search box for you. So on this search box, if you type in keywords related to your topic, remember how you had to narrow your topic down? Think of words that you use to narrow your topic. I wouldn't type your research question into this. You can try it to see if it works, but it's really looking just for keywords. So if my topic was about reality TV, let's say, and then you click search. You click search, the EPCC page will then take you to EBSCO. And this is all the relevant sources that come up in relation to your topic. And you can narrow this even more because sometimes it's a little too overwhelming and you need to kind of narrow the results a little bit. So there's a side panel, and again, I'm on my phone, but on your computer, I remember pretty well that on a computer, it'll still be on the left-hand side here, where if you refine your results, you can check off certain boxes that help narrow it a little more. So you want to make sure EPCC has it because you're not going in person regardless, but it's easier if they have it because you can download it a little bit quicker and simpler. So make sure that's checked. You also want to check off scholarly peer-reviewed journals. And what that means is exactly what I just told you about how those are the types of sources that are really credible and they're academic articles, so they're very official. And also it just helps because sometimes the results that come up are books. So obviously I don't expect you to read an entire book for your paper. You'd have to read several books, and we just don't have the time for that, unfortunately. So if you select those two boxes, make sure anything else. And if it helps, you can even, again, on source types, select academic journals. And again, I'm on my phone, but this is always on the left-hand side regardless. So when you're on your desktop or laptop, it's still on the left-hand side, these little boxes. If you can't find stuff like that, just feel free to stop by office hours or workshop with me, and I can help you out with the technical stuff. So these are all the types of articles that come up in relation to my topic that I typed in. I typed in reality TV. Now, sometimes these, because they're highly credible, sometimes they're a little too technical. Sometimes the audience for these journals are scholars who are well advanced into the field already. So it's nothing bad on your part. It's just that sometimes they're a little too technical for any of us to kind of gather the meaning behind them. But it doesn't hurt to try to check out some of these sources to see if it could be relevant to use in your paper. And maybe you need to narrow down certain keywords, good reality TV, harmful reality TV, impact of reality TV, words like that that'll help you find sources for whatever your topics are, of course. Now, what you're seeing here, these numbers are all the different articles that come up even after I narrowed. So look how much comes up. It's a lot of sources. Obviously, I don't expect you to go through each and every one of those, but originally, if I hadn't have checked off what I just showed you, it would have been even more. So it helping you narrow, and you know that you have academic journals that are coming up if you see this word academic journal here. And then as long as you see HTML or PDF full text, that means that you have access to it right at your keyboard, right at your mouse. You click it, it's there. You don't have to physically go to the library, which is so awesome. And that's always been a thing, which is so nice that you don't have to leave the comfort of your work area to try to find this. So let's just say, just so I can show you how to use these, let's just say I want to check out this first source. So you click the link, and it's going to take you to the article. It tells you the authors, it tells you what kind of source. This is in a journal, so it's a very official. It's in the Journal of Broadcasting and Electronic Media. It tells you what type of source it is. It's an article. And what it covers exactly, reality television programs. It gives you the abstract. Read the abstracts, because abstracts are the summary of the entire article. To see, maybe you read it and you think, nah, this isn't going to help me with my paper. So you can get out of it and you don't even have to look into it. You read it and then you think, okay, you know what? I'm going to look into this a little bit more. This might help me. This is all the technical information about the article. This is not the actual article. You have to scroll. Again, desktop or a phone. You have to scroll. And, you know what? I lied. You have to go to on the right-hand side. No. Where is it? There we go. Sorry. Again, my phone. Again, though, on your regardless, whatever you're on, whatever kind of medium you're on, it'll be on the left-hand side. If you look on the left, just as long as you have access to it, and you have access to it, you see HTML full text or PDF full text. PDF's usually a little easier to use. So if you click it, it is going to take you to a login page, of course. And let me get logged in. Because if you're not logged into the EPCC Wi-Fi, it doesn't know who you are. So you have to prove that you're an EPCC official person. I was already logged in to my.epcc.edu, so I did not have to log in. It might make you. And again, it should just be the same information. Sometimes it requires your student ID. If you have issues with that, ask the library for help. That's what the librarians are there for. They email us a lot to let us know, to tell you all. They're there to help you guys help you all find resources. But if it gives you any kind of technical error, the librarians on that first page, they have that little quick help link that you can ask for help on. But I didn't have to log in. I think it's because I was on that I logged into my.epcc.edu. This is the article. It's 21 pages. This is why finding research takes time. You have to kind of look through it, and you're going to learn how to you know, you don't have to read everything word for word. Use the section headings as a guide to kind of go in and navigate through the source to see if it's resourceful for you. Again, sometimes these articles are too technical for you to really get into the meaning behind. I know none of us would understand it if I'm not an expert in reality TV research, so I would have a hard time with this. But I just want you to try it out. It doesn't hurt to get a little more comfortable with the EPCC library databases, especially because when you get into 1302, you know, that's a full research writing course. So it gets you just a little more prepared as well. And like I said, you know, check out all the sources, read the titles, read the abstracts, see if they're resourceful for you. And what's nice, let me go back to that article that I just went on. On the right-hand side, it'll show you how to cite. So if you click cite, and be careful, make sure you find the APA format, and there's the reference. You don't even have to do the work. You just copy paste this, and there's your reference for the article. So check it out. Let me know what you think. It doesn't hurt to just try it out. Maybe try one of your sources from there for this essay. And again, it just kind of gets you a little more comfortable with the library sources. Another type of platform that students like to use is Google Scholar. Google Scholar serves the same purpose. I'm just going to show you in this lecture video EPCC library since it's available to you. You're paying for it, and it's a good resource. On that library page that we were originally at, if you scroll down, online databases, if you click that, takes you to even more databases out there besides EBSCO. You have to click database and collections. I'm sorry, I hope you're not getting dizzy. I'm on my phone, so I'm scrolling fast. Database collections, EBSCO is the one you were at. I'm not too familiar with all of these. The one I know pretty well too that I used as a student is JSTOR. That's a good journal as well. EPCC uses it pretty consistently. JSTOR tends to have a little bit more articles in relation to literature. That's the only, thing to consider. But it's a great database as well. And you all have the librarians. I can help you get in contact with our excellent librarians on staff. They're really doing such a great job during these times to help students. So don't hesitate to ask me. I can be the middle person to get you into contact, but they have resources. And you have the library available to you, which is awesome. You can check out newspaper articles too in relation to your topic. These are all the different newspaper sources that are easily there for you. That way you don't have to, I always say try Google first, just, typing in your research question, seeing what comes up. But the risk with Google is that sometimes it's not credible and sometimes it's just websites. And I really want you to avoid websites as sources. So going through these databases ensures a little bit better credibility. Or again, check out Google Scholar, type in keywords related to your topic, and see what kind of articles come up on there as well. All right. So let me know if y'all have any questions.